From the KATC Weather Lab, here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, after a couple of stormy days, rain chances down, temperatures going up. But I wanted to show you this picture I got in late last night. It was too late to show you on the 10 o'clock newscast. But this is a picture of lightning coming out of the Lions Point area by Ada Patrick. Now, do you notice anything a little bit different about this picture? And no, it's not a reflection. There's a streamer in this picture, and this is it right here. Now, when we have thunderstorms, most of the time, the bottom of the cloud becomes negatively charged, and the ground, which is usually negatively charged, flips around, goes positive, and that's how we have our lightning exchange. And generally, 9 times out of 10, lightning travels up from the ground into the sky. That's the direction of the electricity is. You have the ions coming down and then making that connection. Well, sometimes away from the lightning, and this is not too far away, sometimes within a mile of the lightning. Look at this, coming straight out of the ground. This is a streamer of electricity, doesn't go anywhere. I've seen this come off of telephone poles. I've seen it come off the antenna at KATC when when lightning is nearby, but it doesn't connect, but it will make a zap sound, and you can't get zapped by this. This is why when you hear thunder roar, you get indoors, because you don't even want to be within a mile of lightning. And again, you want to take this from an indoor point, not an outdoor point. But I thought it was an interesting shot. Very rare to get those streamers in your pictures. You got to have the shutter going just at the right time. So with that in mind, showers and storms now gone pecans, at least for a couple of days. Heat domes moving in. That means it's going to be hotter, and the storms will be bypassing us off to the north. Now, we do have moisture on the ground for the last couple of days. That could make the argument for maybe a pop-up shower tomorrow, but we can't go much higher than rain chances at about 5%. This is what happened during the course of the afternoon. You see the showers and storms building across the area, but notice over toward southwest Louisiana. Here's your timestamp right here. But notice how this activity went racing through here. Numerous reports of wind damage across portions of Beauregard, Calcasieu Parish, upwards of 60 to 80 mile-per-hour winds, if not a little bit more in spots. So sometimes these storms can really get cooking, and this time they did for sure across southwest Louisiana, feeding on the heat that we had earlier today. We got up to 96 again in Lafayette, another 95-degree-plus day, and another one on the way tomorrow. In fact, it should be 97 or 98 for the high tomorrow. So heat advisories again in effect. We've had them nonstop. Excessive heat warnings in the west, and then air quality alerts for all the smoke coming out from the Canadian wildfires in the western Canada continues to plague portions of the Midwest and the East Coast. So let's get into the satellite imagery. You see some of those stronger storms off to the north. We get out into the Gulf, the Caribbean, and much of the Atlantic. Awfully quiet, but look at this. Tropical storm Don now upgraded to a tropical storm after being a subtropical storm, a subtropical depression, a tropical depression, now officially a tropical storm. Good for Don. 40 mile-per-hour winds. It's not going to last much longer out in the Atlantic, but we'll keep an eye on it. One wave coming off the African coast. This one's looking pretty beefy, and we can track it on the models. You see that coming off the coast there, but also want to draw your attention to some moisture heading for the Gulf of Mexico. So this gets us to Friday, okay? And then watch what happens as we head into Saturday. Moisture starts to build here, so we should see a better chance of showers and storms going into the weekend, and maybe start to see that time of year where we start seeing those tropical waves heading toward the Gulf of Mexico. But in the near term, the heat's going to be on. Temperatures getting back into the upper 90s tomorrow. We'll go 97 to 98 degrees as we head into Wednesday. Much the same. Temperatures again pushing the upper 90s, and rain chances down to 5%. Tomorrow's high, latest model forecast, 97 to 100 for the northern portions of Acadiana, 96 to 98 along the I-10 corridor, and mostly mid-90s down across the coastal parishes. New Iberia could do 97 or 98. And those heat indices once again up near 110 to 113. In fact, the forecast for the I-10 corridor, very dangerous heat indices once again from noon till about 7 p.m. So another rough day ahead. We haven't been able to shake this pattern, but it could be coming down the road. 78 the overnight low. So back to sultry skies. Skies will fair out later on tonight as well. Then for tomorrow, the heat inches back up, 97 to 98 your high. That heat index 113, 115 in a few spots. And we're in the upper 90s as we round out the week and head into the weekend. But storms coming in late Saturday, and then pretty decent rain chances could be shaping up for Sunday, Monday, which could bring our temperatures down into at least the lower 90s, which is a start after so many weeks of mid to upper 90s. I didn't show the heat scorecard, but I have plenty more days this week to show you the heat scorecard.
So have things changed? No 80s? You said 80s earlier, maybe.
A couple of those 91 degree days, we might see an 80 on 85 or 88 on one of those.
All righty, we'll take it, Rob. Fingers crossed.